Good morning. It's been a while since we've made any videos. Started a job the other day. It's a grading job. We had to stump grind about 25 stumps out of a front yard, and the lady wanted to regrade it. And as we started running the skid steer over it to grade it out, we were kicking up a lot of bricks, cinder block, rock, stuff like that. So ultimately we had to stop doing that and renegotiate on the work, the details, and the price, because we got a truck and a lot of dirt now. So basically her front yard was a dumping ground when they built this community. I'll show you around a little bit here. So she had about 13 trees cut down. They wood chipped them. We spread that. We're filling in that little hole there, right around there, and then we're gonna dress that up, seed it, hay it. But this is the front of the house. I brought in 6 yards right here. Spread that the other day just so I can get around and bury some of the rocks, not to fuck up the tracks on the skid steer. But you can see all this stuff here from scraping the ground and getting all the overgrowth out of what we were dealing with here. And you can see the remnants of the brick right there. Here's another piece here. All brick, cinder block, all junk, really, just junk. This community is a lake community. Apparently was a mountain at one point, and they must have blasted a lot of rock out of here, and this is everything underneath. Didn't touch this area right here. She does have a well in the front yard right here, which we are not going near, but we did stump grind altogether about 25 stumps, at least down to the grade level of what they were coming out of, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to dress coat it with some screen dirt, make it smooth, and then I'll bring some topsoil in and dress it up and seed it. So in this area here, right along the street side, my guy was literally attacked by a garter snake, and it was pretty funny. I wish I had that on camera, but I do not. This is a swale that runs down in through here along the roadside, goes out under the driveway by the mailbox in a culvert pipe, for drainage, obviously. But this section here, he was moving some rock from right around here, and the garter snake jumped out from underneath a rock, well, slithered out from underneath a rock, and twisted up his leg about 3 times, and he was jumping around like a jack-in-the-box on the street trying to get it off of him. So it was a pretty decent sized garter snake, probably the biggest one I've ever seen around these parts where I am. But yep, this is what we're dealing with. So we'll get it done though, one way or the other. We did have some pretty bad rainstorms the past couple of days, and supposed to go until Wednesday, I believe. So not going to be much we can do. I just kind of cleaned up that area right there. I had some junk laying over there that was piled up, so I just ran the skid steer a little bit today and sliding around, making a mess of what I already put out. So I'm not going to continue doing anything else today over here. And we rented a stump grinder for the week to do this job. Broke a couple of teeth because of the rocks, everything underground that you can't really see. But you know, if you get something from United Rentals, definitely worth paying the $28 or whatever it is for the insurance, because you're covered for everything. And we also, tomorrow, that stump grinder is going to another job to dig out, to stump grind out a few more stumps. So it's not like I just rented it for this one job. So here's a lot more. We cleared out the whole street front here of overgrown bushes that are right there, and we still got to do this little corner here. So we'll tackle that tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't rain. And pretty much you got a decent look at the project. When the dirt starts coming in, I'll probably grab the cameras and do some filming, and we'll go from there. All right, hope everyone's having a great day, great week, great month, great year, and we'll see you soon. So we're at this job site, and look how close I am to Bambi. Not scared at all. And the rest of the family is back there. Amazing. She does look a little malnourished there. But I'm sure she's very tasty. ground was so messed up with people dumping stuff here over the years. I am just covering it up, giving them a good base layer of topsoil here so they can mow, grow some nice grass. Aesthetically, when it's done and the grass grows in, this will be a very nice property to drive up to. This is the second load of topsoil we're spreading out today. Driver that dropped it off, not my regular trucking company. The first driver that came on the first load was very good. This guy, not so good. But what are you gonna do? The dirt's here, and we will get this done. like for somebody back in the day. progress. Progress. Alright guys, here is the second load of topsoil spread out. The progress is unbelievable. What this is going to look like, the transformation of this property. Again, this is what we're dealing with. Alright, 25 tree stumps dug out. We got root systems all over the place. We got rocks just buried in the grass. So here we are. We are dressing it up, and we are going to beautify this property for these homeowners. And so far they are very happy with the progress, the way it looks. Myself, I'm very happy. And we still got to do this corner up in here, straight around to that. We got to dress up the hillside here all the way back. Around this tree stump we have to do, and we're going to do all in here up to those rocks there, and up to the well that's right there, straight across. So should look very nice by the time it's done. And then we're going to seed it, hay it, and hope for the best. But it's looking pretty fabulous right now. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this at. Didn't film too much of this job. Just didn't have the time. I was by myself and just really didn't want to feel the need to do it and have the time to do it, so I didn't do it. But we got some recaps on it, and here we go. So initially we were going to regrade a property and reseed it, throw a little topsoil down, but when we started regrading, we ran into a junkyard of rocks and brick and everything else. So here are some of the rocks that we dug out just to try to smooth it out a little bit, and we just lined this up over here in front of the swale to keep all the leaves. See ya, Henry. to keep the leaves out of this swale that is right here. All right, and she had a bunch of trees cut off the property and wood chipped here, and there's a lot of runoff water and leaves from all her trees that run down into this swale and clog it up. So she wanted to line these rocks up, try to catch the leaves and eliminate that problem. Okay, on the other side of the property, this is where all of the rocks and everything were taken from. This was a mess. You can see all of this stuff here. This was all buried in this front yard. We'll take a little walk. I just got done seeding and haying. So she had basically no front yard. She cut down about 25 trees. And this is what we were dealing with right here. That they weren't this protruding through the ground when I saw it. This part was, but the rest of this had, you couldn't even see that tree stump right there. The grass was just so overgrown because it couldn't be cut, so we really couldn't see what was underneath. But this here is what we were dealing with when we started grading it and trying to smooth it out. So we decided to bring in 100 yards of topsoil, and we went right on top of the plethora of rocks that were down here, and brick and cinder block and everything else that you could imagine. Definitely was somebody's dumping ground when they were building this community. So back there we took out 2 cords of firewood that she wanted to get rid of, and now we are done. She's been trying to get this taken care of for 2 years now, and the electric company just called them today saying that they were going to be out to take care of this. So I'm sure we'll be back to fix this up too. But another happy customer, another job done, and on to the next. Hope everyone's doing well.